Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a time in life when we all face betrayal, injustice, and pain caused by others. It could be a friend who turned against you, a loved one who broke your trust, or someone who tried to bring you down. In those moments, it's natural to ask, why is this happening to me? Or will they ever face the consequences? But today, I want to remind you of something powerful. You don't have to fight every battle. You don't have to seek revenge or prove anything. Because the one who sees everything, who knows your pain, is already at work. God is dealing with those who hurt you. And when He does, it's not in the way we expect, it's in His perfect timing, in His perfect way. Your role is not to carry the burden of anger or resentment. Your role is to trust, to heal, and to rise above. So let's talk about this today. Let's talk about why you can let go, move forward, and find peace, knowing that justice is already being served without you lifting a finger. Silence is power. In a world that constantly pushes us to react, to defend, and to prove ourselves, there is an underrated strength in silence. When someone wrongs you, whether through betrayal, dishonesty, or cruelty, your first instinct might be to fight back, to explain yourself, or to expose them. But here's a truth that few people understand. You don't have to respond to every attack. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is remain silent and let God handle it. Silence is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is the strength of someone who knows that not every battle is theirs to fight. When you choose silence over revenge, you are not ignoring the hurt, you are surrendering it to a higher power. You are saying, I trust that God sees what I cannot see, and He will take care of what I cannot control. Look at history, at the lives of great people who have been betrayed or mistreated. Did they spend their time chasing justice on their own? No. They focused on their purpose. They let their actions, not their words, define them. They knew that time would reveal the truth, and God would take care of the rest. When you engage in arguments or try to prove yourself to those who are committed to misunderstanding you, you waste energy that could be used for your growth. Not everyone deserves your response. Not everyone deserves access to your emotions. Sometimes the best answer is no answer at all. Think about it. When someone is trying to provoke you, they expect a reaction. They want you to lose control. But when you remain calm, when you move forward without acknowledging their negativity, you rob them of the power they thought they had over you. And in that silence, something incredible happens. They start to realize that they cannot break you. But more importantly, in that silence, you give space for God to work. When you don't interfere, you allow divine justice to unfold. And trust me, when God handles a situation, it is far more powerful than anything you could ever do. He knows the hearts of people. He sees their intentions, and He knows exactly how to bring justice in a way that is fair and perfect. So, if you have been hurt, if someone has wronged you, resist the urge to react immediately. Instead, take a step back. Breathe. Let your silence speak for you. Trust that the truth will always reveal itself in time. And remember, God is not ignoring what happened to you. He is handling it in ways you cannot see. Your silence is not an admission of defeat. It is a declaration of faith. And in the end, those who hurt you will realize that they never had power over you at all. God did. And He always takes care of His people. Let go of resentment. Holding on to resentment is like carrying a heavy weight on your shoulders. It doesn't hurt the person who wronged you. It only drains you. When someone betrays you, disrespects you, or causes you pain, the natural reaction is to hold on to that hurt. You replay the situation in your mind, wondering why it happened, what you could have done differently, and whether they will ever face justice. But the truth is, the more you dwell on it, the more power you give to those who hurt you. Letting go of resentment is not about excusing their actions. It's about freeing yourself from the invisible chains that keep you tied to the past. It's about choosing peace over bitterness. Because when you hold on to anger, you are the one suffering, not them. Think about it. Have you ever seen someone so consumed by their hatred for another person that they lose their own happiness? They become bitter, negative, and unable to move forward. The person who hurt them may have moved on, but they remain stuck, reliving the pain over and over again. This is what happens when we refuse to let go. But here's the beautiful part: when you release resentment, you create space for healing. You allow yourself to move forward without carrying the burden of past pain. You shift your focus from what they did to you to what God is doing for you. Because while you are holding on to the hurt, God is already working behind the scenes, preparing something better for you. The best way to overcome resentment is to trust that justice is in God's hands. He sees everything, even the things done in secret. No one escapes His justice, but His justice does not always come in the way we expect or on our timeline. Sometimes He allows people to go through their own struggles and lessons in life to understand the pain they caused. Sometimes He removes them from your path as a form of protection. And sometimes He blesses you so much that their actions no longer even matter. Letting go does not mean you forget. It does not mean you allow toxic people back into your life. It simply means you refuse to let them control your emotions. You choose to move forward with peace in your heart, knowing that God is handling everything. So if you are carrying resentment today, ask yourself, is this helping me or is it holding me back? Choose peace. Choose freedom. Choose to trust that what was meant to harm you will only make you stronger. And above all, remember this: when you release resentment, you make room for God's blessings. And what He has in store for you is far greater than anything anyone has taken from you. Karma and divine justice. Life has a way of bringing everything full circle. The people who hurt you, betray you, or mistreat you may seem like they're getting away with it. But no one escapes justice, not in the eyes of God. The universe operates on a system of cause and effect. What you put out into the world eventually comes back to you. This is the law of life, and it applies to everyone. When someone wrongs you, it can feel frustrating to see them move forward as if nothing happened. You might wonder, why do good people suffer while those who do wrong seem to succeed? But here's what you need to understand. Just because you don't see justice immediately doesn't mean it's not happening. God works in ways we cannot always see. Sometimes His justice is silent but powerful. The person who hurt you may face struggles that no one else knows about. They may lose peace, opportunities, or relationships because of their own actions. And sometimes, justice comes when they finally realize the weight of what they did. Regret is its own form of punishment. Think about it: when you do something wrong, your conscience reminds you. Even if no one else knows, you feel it inside. Now imagine those who constantly hurt others. They may pretend to be happy, but deep down, they carry the burden of their own actions. They cannot escape the consequences of their choices, no matter how much they try. But here's where your role comes in. You don't have to do anything to make justice happen. You don't have to seek revenge or prove your worth to those who mistreated you. Your only job is to keep moving forward with faith. The moment you let go of the need for revenge, you allow God to step in and handle it. And trust me, when God handles something, He does it in ways far greater than you ever could. Sometimes God's justice isn't about punishing them, it's about elevating you. He will bless you in ways that make those who doubted you realize their mistake. He will open doors for you that no one can shut. He will surround you with people who appreciate and respect you. And when that happens, those who wronged you will see it with their own eyes. So if you've been hurt, betrayed, or treated unfairly, don't waste your time seeking revenge. Trust that God's justice is already at work. Focus on your growth, your peace, and your purpose. What they did to you will not go unnoticed, and in the end they will have to face the consequences of their actions. Justice is not always instant, but it is always certain. And when it comes from God, it is always perfect. Keep your heart clean, keep your faith strong, and watch how everything falls into place in ways you never expected. Your growth is their lesson. When someone hurts you, betrays you, or tries to bring you down, it's easy to become consumed with thoughts of revenge or justice. You might wonder, will they ever realize what they did? Will they ever face the consequences? But here's a truth that will set you free. Your growth is their lesson. The best way to respond to those who wronged you is not by fighting them, proving them wrong, or seeking their downfall. The best response is to rise so high that they have no choice but to watch you succeed. Your success, your healing, your ability to move forward, these are the most powerful lessons you can teach them. Pain can be a catalyst for growth. When people hurt you, they think they have the power to break you. They expect you to fall apart, to become bitter, or to stay stuck in the pain they caused. But what they don't realize is that pain, when handled with wisdom, becomes fuel for growth. Think about some of the greatest figures in history, people who were betrayed, abandoned, or underestimated. Did they let their pain destroy them? No, they used it as motivation. They allowed their hardships to shape them into stronger, wiser, and more successful individuals. This is what you must do. Instead of focusing on what was done to you, focus on what you can become because of it. Every challenge you face, every betrayal you endure is an opportunity to grow. It teaches you resilience, patience, and wisdom. It pushes you to improve, to rise above, and to step into a better version of yourself. And here's the most powerful part as you grow. Those who hurt you will see it. Silence and success speak louder than revenge. When someone has wronged you, it is tempting to want to confront them, to make them understand what they did, to show them how much they hurt you. But the truth is, people don't learn through arguments. They learn through watching. Imagine this: someone betrays you, expecting you to fall apart. Instead, you remain calm, focused, and determined. You continue working on your goals, becoming a better version of yourself. One day they look at you and realize that their actions didn't break you. In fact, they made you stronger. That realization, that undeniable proof of your resilience, is a lesson far more powerful than any words you could have said. Silence and success speak louder than revenge. When you argue or seek revenge, you lower yourself to their level. But when you rise, when you elevate yourself beyond their reach, they have no choice but to acknowledge their mistake. God elevates those who stay patient. There is a deeper, spiritual aspect to this. God does not allow you to go through pain without a purpose. When someone hurts you, betrays you, or disrespects you, He sees it. And while you may not see justice immediately, something greater is happening behind the scenes. Many times, the way God deals with those who hurt you is by elevating you in front of them. He prepares a table for you in the presence of your enemies. He blesses you in such a way that those who doubted you, who tried to bring you down, who thought you wouldn't make it, are forced to witness your success. But here's the key: you must be patient. You must trust in the process. If you waste your energy trying to prove yourself to those who hurt you, you delay your own growth. Instead, let go of the need to explain, argue, or seek validation. Focus on your journey and let God handle the rest. Your success will change the narrative. People may talk about you, lie about you, or try to destroy your reputation. But the truth is always revealed in time. And the best way to change the narrative is not through words, but through action. Instead of responding to negativity, build something so strong that their words lose power. Let your achievements, your peace, and your happiness be the final statement. Imagine this: years down the line, Those who hurt you look at your life and realize that everything they did to harm you only pushed you towards something greater. They will see that their betrayal did not stop you, their disrespect did not break you, and their doubt did not define you. And in that moment, they will learn the lesson they were meant to learn, not because you forced them to, but because your growth made it impossible for them to ignore. Let go and move forward. Holding on to pain keeps you connected to those who hurt you. But when you let go, when you focus on your own path, you set yourself free. You no longer live in the shadow of what they did, you step into the light of what you are becoming. Moving forward does not mean forgetting what happened. It means refusing to let it control you. It means taking the lessons, using them to grow, and allowing God to handle the rest. And here's the most important part. Your growth is not just for them, it's for you. It's for your peace, your happiness, and your purpose. You are not defined by what was done to you. You are defined by how you rise after it. Let your life be the lesson. If you have been hurt, betrayed, or mistreated, I want you to remember this: your growth is their lesson. You do not have to fight, argue, or seek revenge. You simply have to become the best version of yourself. Let your success be the answer to their doubts. Let your happiness be the response to their negativity. Let your peace be the proof that they did not win. And as you grow, as you heal, as you rise, know that God is with you every step of the way. He is turning your pain into power, your struggles into strength, and your past into a testimony. So keep going, keep growing, and let those who hurt you learn their lesson, not through your words, but through the unstoppable force of your success. Forgiveness frees you. Forgiveness is often misunderstood. Many people think that forgiving someone means excusing their actions or pretending that the pain never happened. But that is not true. Forgiveness is not about them, it's about you. It is about freeing yourself from the emotional burden of resentment, anger, and bitterness. When someone hurts you, it's natural to feel anger and pain. You may want justice, an apology, or for them to understand how much they've hurt you. But the longer you hold on to that pain, the more power you give them over your emotions. You are the one who suffers, not them. The anger you carry does not punish them, it only weighs you down. But when you choose to forgive, something incredible happens. You set yourself free. You release the burden of pain and make room for peace in your heart. You stop allowing their actions to control your happiness. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting. One of the biggest misconceptions about forgiveness is that it means forgetting what happened or allowing the same person to hurt you again. But that is not the case. You can forgive someone and still set boundaries. You can forgive and still choose to distance yourself from toxic people. Forgiveness does not mean you let them back into your life. It simply means you refuse to let their actions live in your heart. God handles justice, you handle healing. Many times we hold on to resentment because we feel that forgiving someone means they got away with it. But here's the truth. No one gets away with anything in the eyes of God. He sees everything, even the things done in secret. Justice is His responsibility, not yours. Your job is not to seek revenge. Your job is to heal, to move forward, and to live in peace. And when you release resentment, you make space for God to bless you in ways you never imagined. Think about it. How many times has God forgiven you for your own mistakes? We have all fallen short, and yet He continues to show us mercy. If He can forgive, why should we allow bitterness to consume us? Forgiveness opens doors to blessings. Holding on to past pain blocks your blessings. When your heart is filled with anger, there is no room for peace, love, or joy. But the moment you forgive, you open doors for new opportunities, better relationships, and unexpected blessings. Forgiveness is not for the person who hurt you, it is for you. It is the key that unlocks your freedom. It is a gift you give yourself, allowing you to live without the weight of resentment. So today, choose to forgive not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Trust that God is dealing with those who hurt you. Let go, move forward, and step into the life that was meant for you.